Gary, a good win, especially after bouncing back from the defeat at York. Always a difficult side at London, because they do actually want to play a bit of rugby and throw the ball about, but they're an enormous side sometimes, and you can struggle down the middle if you take them on that way.
Yeah, I thought we stuck to our game plan really well today. I thought, we tried to get them on the edges and on short sides, and I thought, especially coming out of our own try line, I thought we were about 100% completion tonight, which is what I asked for. We stuck to the game plan today. We didn't against York. We were miles off it. But I thought today we were pretty clinical, pretty disciplined, and a fantastic reaction from a very poor performance. And I'm pleased with that, because you're right, London are never easy to play against, never. They cause you lots of problems, they're difficult to break down, they're a huge side, and we had to be good today.
A couple of long range tries on the fringes, you must be pleased with that, with people breaking out and actually taking people on not a very wide pitch, and you can still beat them on those fringes.
Yeah, and it's fair, before we even scored, I thought we cut them apart a couple of times. We just didn't finish off. That first 20 minutes we made a few decent breaks and just weren't clinical enough to finish them off. But I thought we played some nice football today. I thought we scored some really good tries, and like you said, from deep, great support play, great plays, and like I said, sticking to the game plan, it shows how good we can be. And we've beaten a good, decent London side today, and we've beaten them with some real good rugby. Disappointed with a couple of elements of the game. They had a 10-minute spell when we got the sin bin in, and then the try just before half time. But for 80-90% of the game, I thought we were dominant. I thought we were good defensively, and I thought we scored some cracking tries.
Come to that sin bin in the second half. There wasn't a lot of penalties, I don't think, in the game.
No.
So it must be disappointing to have a man then sin bin, and nobody seemed to understand what it was for after a bit of a break for an injury. But you held the line very well, and then suddenly the ball bounced around a bit like a pinball, and suddenly they come up with a try. That must have been a little bit frustrating.
It was. I think it was only probably 4 all the penalty count. I think there was only 1 in the first half and probably 3 in the second half for either team. And I thought the referee allowed the game to flow. There were some of it probably a little bit too freely at times. I think they were clearly come to lay on and spoil, and they did it effectively. Don't get me wrong, they did it very well. But I thought there could have probably been a few more penalties than there were. But fair play to him. If that's how he wants the referee to let the game flow, then I don't have a problem with that. But I'll have to have a look at the sin bin. I'm not quite sure what happened. I know Wrightley does work very, very hard to shut down the kicker, and he put some pressure on the kicker, but the referees and the touch judges judged that there was a leg stuck out in a tripping fashion, and that's what he got sin bin for. But I didn't get a great view of it, but I do know Ryan works very, very hard to put pressure on the kicker, and he's probably just got it slightly wrong.
Looking forward now, the tables have not done anything different today. Everybody who we expected to win's probably won. 3 or 4 games now to the end of the season. Still clouds hanging over about what's going to happen with promotion, but put those things out of our mind, I suppose, at the moment, and just do what we always wanted to do, which was to get that top 5 spot. So everything's on track now, and just a couple of real tough games coming up with Whitehaven and Newcastle. I thought.
Yeah, we can't relax. We said, you're right. Well, that was always our objective, a playoff spot. If things do change and there's 3 spots available for promotion, then we hopefully be one of those teams that's pushing for one of those spots. I don't know when the decision's going to be made, but in usual RFL fashion, I'm no doubt it'll be late. But all we've got to do is knock it off game at a time now. We've got a real tough fixture coming up next week away at Whitehaven, and that's never going to be easy. So we're going to have to, we're going to have to prepare well for that. We're going to have to be at our best for that. And then just keep going one game at a time. And I think if we do that, we can only look after our own game. We can't influence any other games. I know Oldham have got a tough running with York and Bradford, but we can't influence that. All we can do is influence our own performance and our own results. And like I said, I'm happy that we've turned a bit of a corner, because we were poor against York, and we've got back to how good we can be again today. And we've got to take that into next week's game, and the game after, and the game after, and then see where we're at.
Looking at the two games I mentioned with Whitehaven and Newcastle coming up, is it more pleasing today that actually the guys were focused and actually did put points on and a reasonably good performance?
Yeah, absolutely, and especially after the disappointment. The good thing about sport is if you've had to put a bad performance, anybody that's played or coached, you've played bad, you can't wait to get back out there to put it right and put a good performance on. And I thought we showed some good energy today and some good enthusiasm to put it right and put last week's performance to bed, and hopefully that's done that. But like I said there, the important thing now is that we can't relax. We've got to really kick on now and finish strongly, because the other thing of course is you want to be going into the playoff. If we do get into the playoffs, we want to be going in good form and confidence. So the next 3 games are massive for us. Not only have we got to win the games, we've got to play well and put up a performance like we did today, and then hopefully we can go into the playoffs with some confidence, knowing that on our day we're as good as anybody in this division.
So does a win like this and putting some tries and give us the momentum to be able to go into the next few matches?
Hopefully
that the tails up more than.
Hopefully, and like I said, hopefully we've turned a little bit of a corner from a poor performance last week, and it gives us an opportunity now to go to Whitehaven confident. Like I said, and the boys need to realise when they stick to the game plan and execute it well as they have done today, and defend tough as well. We're a match for any team in this division, so that'll be the ask going forward for next week.
All right, well, thanks very much. Congratulations again on
Cheers,
a
Ian.
good victory.
Thank you very much.